let's start this game off by introducing our players. Spawning in the top right side of the map, Expedition Lost. We have our red circle player representing Google Cardboard. It is Marfoon. And in the bottom of the left side, we have our blue Terran player. It is Leverer. And this is going to be a TVZ. And I think they were both in Gold League, so you can expect some pretty even play here. Perhaps one of them had been in Platinum. I think they both had been in Platinum. I don't know. So we can expect some decent play out of these both players. So Leverer is going to drop that supply depot at the ramp, which is of course very standard. But I'd like to walk you through this kind of new map here. We got the easily secured natural with quite a small ramp here. And but the third base is kind of tricky to secure. I feel like that's sort of the theme on all of these new maps. Got a potential third base over here, which got like 2 or 3 ramps leading into it, and or you've got this third base over here, which has also got a nice ramp coming into it, a nice entrance. So in general, it's a pretty hard map to play macro games on, but we're going to see how these players decide to play it out. Marfoon is droning up still and is not going for some sort of early pool aggression. He's probably going to be going for a 15 hatch or a 15 pool. While Leverer on the other side of the map is getting his barracks up right now, and he has not taken any gas. There we go, there is the gas. But this is gonna delay his Reaper if he does decide to go for a Reaper right now. But oh, what? Well, okay, so he's gonna delay his barracks instead and get that Reaper out. I don't know. He's gonna delay the barracks for some reason. Spawning pool is on the way as well. Marfoon decided to play it out a bit safe. Didn't really want to go for that hatch first, but is instead going for what just happened. I have no idea what happened there, but I did decide to go for the spawning pool first. So right now Leverer is going to start up his orbital command. He did finish his barracks, and this was just to block any sort of drone scouting I suppose with this depot. And Marfoon right now getting up his geysers, and this is of course going to allow him to get his circling speed up, but of course also allow him to get some general take-ups, a Roach Warren, and of course Banelings as well. So Leverer right now has not dropped any sort of a tech lab reactor. It's going to drop a factory, perhaps. He's up at 100 gas right now, and are we going to see a factory? No, we do see a command center. So command center after barracks, pretty not this super greedy build from Leverer, but it's kind of greedy, you know. But Marfoon does have his expansion almost finished, so he's playing it. They're both pretty safe right now. Marfoon's queen is just popping out right now, and so far they actually both have very limited scouting. Leverer just now coming in with his SV here and spotting the natural base of our circle player. Now the factory is going down, which is very standard for TVC. We might see some Hellions coming out, but in that case they're still going to be pretty delayed. A couple of links are being built right now for Marfoon, but that is just to get some general scouting going on in the game. That was messed up. There we go, best of 5 indeed. Leverer is for some reason going to move his barracks back here and get the tech lab right here. That is of course going to be for Stimpack and other stuff like that, combat shield and whatnot. Barracks is, or the factory rather, is going to be finishing up right now, and he's going to be dropping the reactor, so it's probably going to build Hellions, or this is going to be for Widow Mines. Widow Mines have been a very important unit in the TVC matchup for a long time, just because they deal fairly easily with Zerglings, Banelings, and of course Middlisks as well, compared to the tanks which only deal with the Zerglings and Banelings. Now Marfoon is gonna spot this. He hasn't really spotted the base just yet landing, but he does spot the bunker and the supply depot here at the wall, so you can expect the command center to be coming down at any time. The reactor is going to finish up right now, and what are we going to see? Oh, so intense. What it's going to build. There we go, double Hellion is coming out. So Leverer wants to apply some pressure with these Hellions, probably get a couple of drone kills. Income right now is looking fairly even. Of course our Terran player is going to be behind, but Terran does have mules. Fortunately he's not quite utilizing them yet. He's banking up to 100 energy right now. Command center landing and Stimpack being started as well. Metabolic boost is it's almost finished right now, but I feel like somehow, someway these players are pretty late with all their timings, and the mining is kind of lame for our circle player. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to saturate his natural base. but he's probably going to be doing that as soon as possible. Evolution Chamber being dropped, and of course I'm not a Terran or a Soul player, but feels like a pretty rare build orders. Feels like in general pretty rare build orders for both these players, pretty uncommon. Lever is now going to be moving out with his 4 Hellions, and I'm curious if he's going to be able to get any sort of drone kills here. Only 4 drones are at the expansion, which, as I've said earlier, is pretty weird to me. There are a lot more drones in the main base, of course. It's actually oversaturated there, so that might be why there are no drones at the natural. Big old Lever is coming in right now. He's getting pushed back by 1 Zergling. Why isn't he moving up? Okay, he wants to stay back and kill a couple of creep tumors. There is a spine crawler here, which can deal a lot of damage to these Hellions, but still, you have a lot of HP. You can run around forever and just pick off drones here and there. And it's gonna move in once again. 10 Zerglings on production though, and they are gonna push that back pretty easily. +1 carapace, no, +1 melee attack, sorry, has been started. And now Lever does have his expansion secured without a problem, and he's mining a bit more than our Zerg players from his expansion. Lever right now is dealing with these Zerglings pretty handily, and that didn't really pose a threat to his Hellions. He's starting to move out with SCVs. Has he messed up his rally point or something? I don't know. Is he going to repair Hellions? I don't really know. He's probably gonna repair Hellions. No. Okay, he's gonna send them back. That was probably just a misclick. There are a lot of Hellions now out on the map. There are 5 right here, and 2 more are joining the fray. So they're gonna be up to 7 Hellions right now. And of course, Zerglings do not fare that well against Hellions. They do not trade well at all. So we'll see how Lever decides to play this out from now on. He does have a lot of barracks in his main base, and it looks like he wants to go into some sort of standard biome mine play. He does still have the reactor on the factory, which of course allows him to produce 2 Widow Mice at a time. +1/+1 being started as well as combat shield for our Terran player. And he could probably drop down a 3rd command center rather fairly securely. I mean, there's not really that much the Zerg player can do to apply pressure to him. Here we go, Lever has got a lot of Hellions here moving in, and Marfin doesn't really have any units. He hasn't dropped a Roach Warren at all, and look at this, he's banking up a lot of minerals here. He's not spending his minerals that well, to be honest. But Lever does lose quite a lot of Hellions in that process. He does kill a queen and a lot of drones. So our workers kill is at 15. And as you can see here, in the income, our Terran player is actually ahead in workers, which is not a position you want to be in as a Zerg player. You always want to be quite far ahead in the worker count, just to be able to deal with the mules. But there we go, 20 more drones are in the production tab, and as soon as those pop, he is going to be back in the lead in harvest count. So right now Lever is just trying to sitting back, but just now starting to move out, and I don't really support this decision. It's kind of a weird composition, but fortunately Marfoon has been producing a lot of drones. Doesn't really have anything out. It's got an infestation bit. It's going for very early hive. No, yes, checking into a hive, which is pretty interesting. He hasn't really got any sort of units out, so that's a pretty risky play. But of course, if he's allowed to take up to a hive, and you know, he's gonna have a lot of heavy tech available to him, such as Ultralisks or Broodlords. Lever does scan and spot this hive right now, so he knows what's up. He knows he has to do something before this hive finishes, and Marfoon decides to take heavily. Now to 96 to supply to 67, and Lever is just gonna move in here. I feel like Marfoon had a pretty bad. Oh, what happened? Why are we freezing? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Lever is moving up the ramp right now, and Marfoon doesn't really have a whole lot to defend. He's gonna try to pull drones. I don't know what for. Here we go. The drones are trying to run, but they're gonna get into drone. Oh my god, that was absolutely brutal. Yeah, and he's gotten 6 shots off there and killed a lot of workers. 32 workers killed so far in this game. Marfoon is running in here with a lot more links, but he doesn't really have the right units. He needs at least roaches to deal with this. Roaches and perhaps a lot of banelings. But here we go. The Hellions are moving in right now. A couple of banelings are morphing, but they're not going to be enough, I fear. Only 4 of them right now. And Lever is just going to crush through here. And this is an absolute slaughter. Banelings do get some good connections off, but Lever just has a huge army. It's 58 to 13 armor supply. 3rd base has been started for Lever as well. It's finished already, so. And I think this is going to be game right here. I don't really know what Marfoon can do. Does have this base over here with double queen, but starting to alter this cabin right now. That is what he was aiming for, the alter this cabin, of course. But it's 18 supply to 103, armor supply 61 to 9. I don't know how Marfoon is going to take this game. And Lever, I think, is going to be taking this first game. Of course, he is playing for Tableau software, so. But Marfoon hasn't given up yet. He's got a couple of biddings here. They are ready to move in. Oh, but he's gonna save the Marauders on the ramp and just tank him down. There we go. Nothing Lever could have done there, or Marfoon rather. And there's going to be the GG, and we are done with the first game. So Tableau software taking it there. So whoa, going to be